I can't even describe how ragefully freaking angry I am about what our country is doing right now. So Donald Trump was found in violation of the Posse Comitatus Act when he sent soldiers into California. Today, October 5th, Donald Trump was told by a judge yesterday not to send military forces into Portland, that you're freaking crazy, that you don't have any tethered to reality of what you're talking about. So what does Trump do? Trump grabs soldiers from California and sends them to Oregon, 300 of them. He's trying to basically find the loyalists in the military who will obey illegal orders, like, for example, violating the Posse Comitatus Act that a judge already found that he's in violation of. On top of that, South Carolina, the judge, Diane Goldstein, in her house, burned to the ground. People literally jumping off of the second, third floor window, trying to save their lives because the bottom of her house is on fire. You know what she did last month? She said literally, South Carolina voters' private data will not be shared to anyone. It will not go beyond here. Her husband was a former state senator, and their house has been burned to the ground. For what? Protecting the private data of voters. Telling people not to violate the Posse Comitatus Act. This is what America is? This is who the fuck we are? I don't give a shit. I am pissed beyond words. This is no longer America. When armed forces are being sent into American cities against judges who are finding that Donald Trump is violating the Posse Comitatus Act, and judges who rule against Trump find their houses burned to the ground and their children jumping out of windows to save their lives. Trump has got to be removed, and everyone connected to this must be removed. This is insane. We are going into a place where we're not supposed to be. This is dangerous, but the truth is we're here. We got to do more than just simply march on No King's Day. I'm sorry, because I have no idea what our country is anymore. I don't. We're protecting pedophiles when it comes to the final vote to release the Epstein files. And because of this, we have judges' houses are burning down because they rule against the king. And if judges find that the president of the United States is violating the Posse Comitatus Act, what? You're going to find some two-bit little commander somewhere who will try to find a few soldiers to violate the Constitution, to violate their oath, because those judges told you what your oath is. Do not go into American streets. And if you're in American streets, you better not do the kind of crap that is going on in Chicago. There are rules of engagement. Your military presence on American streets forces you as a soldier to have to follow the constitutional rights of every single person you're pointing your gun at. This is where we're at. I have no idea how we're going to be moving forward, but I'll tell you one thing. It is going to get crazy going forward. Why? Because judges who rule against Trump are having their houses lit on fire, and there are military commanders who are being asked to violate the Posse Comitatus Act against American citizens, overriding the will of judges who interpret the law, who determine that those laws are being violated, the constitutional rights of American citizens, the 10th Amendment right of your city and your state being overridden by a president for a domestic policy purpose. Do you understand what that means? I know right now you think it's like illegal immigration. Yeah, so what happens tomorrow when they decide, I don't know, the zoning laws in your city or your state doesn't allow the kind of money-making opportunities that some major donor wants? Or whatever bullcrap position. And then they send in the army. And they start shooting you. And if you do manage to win in court, your judge is home trying to be lit on fire. Where the hell are we? No kings has got to be more this time. Because there's no turning back. We're at a place that is dark and wrong. And yeah, I'm afraid for the country. I'm afraid for the people that are out there. But this president has got to be impeached. He must be removed. Because if people are literally lighting judges' houses on fire and are literally sending soldiers into streets because of the domestic objective of the president of the United States wants to be followed, overriding the Posse Comitatus Act, which means there isn't a city, there isn't a state, there isn't a town, there isn't anything that is immune. I don't know what to say. We have entered a truly dark place as our country, and we have got to get through this by realizing that there is only one way that this ends, with Trump being removed from office. Be done with it. Voters' rights must be protected. And you can't have judges' houses be lit on fire if they rule against the administration. You can't have American military presences walking through every city and town in this country, enforcing the domestic policy objectives of the sitting president of the United States, overriding your local authority, your local control. That you don't want to have. That's not America anymore, because that's where we are. I don't know what else to say. Obviously not violence in any way, but there are other ways to stop what is happening and to force Donald Trump to be removed by shutting it all down. Before this administration or a future administration just starts having tanks run over people. Wake up, America. We have entered a truly dark time. I don't know even to say about like, share, or subscribe, or whatever. Who gives a damn? Because this isn't America anymore. We just lost who we are. We can get back to it. We can get back to that better us. But it starts by telling this administration and this government that this is too far. Like and share and get ready to get into the streets, and just understand it could get pretty freaky going forward. But we don't have a choice, and the world doesn't have a choice. You cannot put nuclear weapons into the hands of a person like this. We must resist. I'll probably end up in a psych ward, but that's fine. I'm schizoaffective. That's where my vacation spaces used to be. And now, there's no time to do anything else but get this man removed from office. We are in far too dark of a place.